Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's a nice time. I try to keep you up by declaring that we have a quiz at the end where you can win some nice plushies. Say hi. Okay, I'm Akshay. I'm Assistant Dean for Student Life in the School of Computing. Today, our talk is on how you can take your learning beyond the classrooms and what does it mean to be a student in SoC in NUS. Okay, usually when we talk about computer science, when you think about computer science, the general impression that movies and all of that give is that computer scientists are nerds. They have very low social quotient and they're nerds all through. Well, when we say such things, Socrates feels very sad. Socrates says, hey, no, we have friends. But then what kind of friends do we have? Also nerds. But that's not really true. So Socrates is really angry about that now. Okay. So let's go and ask, hey, Socket, what do you think are the kinds of friends that we have? Oh, Socket is happy that I'm asking. Okay, if you didn't notice, Socket is there. Hello. Okay, we do things which are really fun. We goof up things. We enjoy goofing around. We have fun. We play, we dance, and we make amazing friends. That's what it is to be in the School of Computing. The movies are not really true representatives, you know. We are nerds, we are geeks, but we also have a lot of fun. And most of these things are supported by Student Life Office in the School of Computing. We'll start with the student groups. In Student Life Office, we have a portfolio which spawns a few things. We'll start with student groups first. These are special interest groups which are formed by students, which are run by students, and the activities are hosted, managed, and everything is done by students. So you do get a feel of what all you get to learn beyond the classroom. To be in a position to organize events, to be in a position to manage a gathering, you develop a lot of leadership skills. So we'll look at some of these initiatives in this talk. We have NUS Hackers. NUS Hackers is a group of super passionate people with the sole intention to understand how things work, how to improve things, how to build things better. And this all is beyond the classroom. It's an interest group which is run by students. We have a lot of interesting talks. We get people, the who is who in computing, and we get them to share their experiences, to share their knowledge. For example, how many of you have used VLC player to watch some movies and videos? We got the founder of VLC as a speaker. We got the founder of DEF CON, which is one of the premier conferences for cybersecurity as a part of the workshops in NUS Hackers. NUS Hackers have a lot of initiatives which go on to simply promote the hacker culture, to understand things. The joy is in understanding. The joy is in building new things. Okay, they have a large hackathon which is called Hack and Roll, which is one of the largest student-run hackathons. Everything is managed by students. Let's see what Hack and Roll looks like.
I'll twist into your shape. If you caught a problem and you needed space, I'd lasso the moon, gather the stars and ask them all to start running. Start running. I've been there beside you. I've seen what you've seen. If love
So hackers also have these things called as Friday hacks, where they introduce you to all new things, all things that will help you keep up to pace with, including things that you do in your classroom, right? So you have a workshop for everyone of every caliber in NUS hackers. If you ask NUS hackers, what should we do? They would simply say, you come for the pizza, but you stay for the inspiration. Okay, that's the hacking culture. Computing is an extremely open and inclusive society. We have representatives where the girls in the department, in the school, would want to do something to empower, to build their leadership skills. So we have the Women in IT group who have 3 pillars of engagement, as they call it. The community pillar, where they help you build strong bonds, forge friendships, and which last for a lifetime. Then we have their advocacy pillar, where the whole intent is to bring awareness about the amazing computer scientists that we have in the field and to inspire young women to become great ones themselves. There's also a career pillar where you are introduced to various industry partners which can pave way for all the interesting things that happen after in the academic side of things. For example, your internships, your jobs, and so on. If you are one of those who have been attending the rest of the talks and asking questions about AI, this is a place that you should be in, the AI Society. AI Society is one of those groups who try to help students and themselves keep up to pace with all the research that happens in AI. It's happening at a very fast pace, and their workshops are curiosity driven. They go deep into technology and will keep you up to date with what's happening in the field. The game developer group, if this is something that interests you, if playing games is something that interests you and you want to see how these games are built, you want to make it into a hobby, into a career, game development group is the place to be. They have various initiatives where you start with zero knowledge and then within 6 weeks you're able to build a game and publish it online. They have their Game Craft, which is the flagship event, which is a 7-day game hackathon, so to say. There are talks, there are workshops, and then at the end of this, you build amazing games and you publish them. The developers group have a sole focus of building technology for social good. They also have a hackathon called Hack for Good, which is to help the non-profit organizations build things which do good for the society. They do organize workshops with industry partners and hands-on initiatives like agentic AI development and so on. If being an entrepreneur is what you dreamt of or what you're dreaming of right now as you are stepping into NUS, I would strongly encourage you to be with the Start IT. They try to bridge the gap between what a mere mortal is and what a startup entrepreneur is. And then we have our grey hats, the cybersecurity focused interest group, who organize these grey capture the flags. That's the game where you work towards solving puzzles and win flags, so to say. And it's a premier event. It happens at various levels, and grey hats have been involved right from here all the way to international levels. And then we have Bumblebee. All the robotics that you have seen, these things are also something a part of our students' initiatives that take you beyond the curriculum to build very cool robots. Let's again see what Bumblebee has to say about themselves.
Hey there, we are Team Bumblebee from the National University of Singapore. This year, we're excited to return again to RoboSub after missing our last year's competition to participate in RoboX. For this year, we have completely overhauled several aspects of our vehicle to make it more intelligent and robust for this year's competition. Now, let's take a deeper dive at what we have done for this year.
The mechanical team keeps the electrical and software systems safe from water and impact through robust structural design. After 4 long years of service, we are remanufacturing our vehicle from the ground up with reliability and ease of maintenance at the core. This year, we're excited to introduce 3 new actuators: a high-precision torpedo with greater range and accuracy than ever before, a soft robotic grabber that can just grip about anything, even your hearts, and a dropper that will drop your jaws.
The electrical team forges the vehicle's organs, with power, data, and RGB coursing through the wires, like blood vessels and nerves, connecting every subsystem. This year, our electrical architecture has been transformed to center around a backplane system, which allows for greater flexibility and facilitates future upgrades.
We're also overhauling the power delivery system by applying lessons learned from our ASD 4.0 to improve the AUV's power, filtering, and control. AV 4.5 also incorporates ASD 4.0's integrated automated reporting, which smooths operations and helps us catch issues before they escalate.
Our software team brings the AUV to life, enabling it to perceive its surroundings and execute tasks autonomously. This year, we've made various improvements to the software stack. We are using new machine learning models for object detection and optimizing our intra-vehicle network for higher volumes of data. We also have a new mission planner that is more robust in dealing with the unexpected. Through tireless testing in simulations and at the pool, we are fine-tuning our vehicle's capabilities and validating the mission plan.
The business team keeps the project moving, literally and logistically. We work closely with our sponsors whose continued support makes all of this possible. We take care of travel, equipment, budgeting, and daily tasks so that the rest of the team can focus on engineering. We also align plans with practical constraints, making sure everything stays realistic and achievable.
As a team, we always try to push our capabilities and constantly improve on our designs. But we also remember to have fun along the way. Until we see you at RoboSub, the team is working hard around the clock, and who knows, we might even bring a mini surprise for you guys. See you at Irvine.
So, you saw all the things that happen in Bumblebee. It spans across various faculties. All the things that you learn in your classroom, you're actually applying it to develop a robot, which is an underwater vehicle. In fact, they also have initiatives where they work with surface vehicles and drones as well. Last but not the least, among the student groups, we have our own Students Computing Club. To introduce, I'll invite Dongjun, the president.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Akshay. So I'm the current president of the 28th Management Committee for Computing Club. And yeah, I'm just here to share a bit more about my experience as a student, which I think you're most concerned with. Currently, I'm a year 2 computer science student. Yeah. So these are some of our events that we carry out. And the main ones that we do is the freshman orientation camps. And we have welfare events such as giving out exam welfare packs, night cycling, and archery. So about us, NUS School of Computing was actually a computing club was actually formed after computer like SoC was made independent from the Faculty of Science. And so Computing Club was formed as the official faculty club and sole union representative of all undergraduates in SoC. Overall, our aim is to basically organize events to make students' university life just a bit better. Better in what sense? We try to have welfare events, sports events, to, I guess, let students de-stress from their typical school life. Yeah, so moving on to our first and biggest key initiative, we carry out orientation camps, or also called freshman orientation programs, whereby it's our largest scale event, and we have 3 camps that accommodate around 300 to 550 students each. So orientation is a quite essential first step of students when stepping into university, as this is where you make friends that could last you throughout the 4 years. And personally speaking, I attended the first 2 camps, which is freshman social and freshman orientation camps, and I made friends that I'm quite happy to say are still friends that I'm still friends with until now. So you might be wondering why join, right? Because orientation camps do get quite socially and physically taxing. I mean, one of them is at the beach, right? It will involve quite a lot of physical exertion. So I would say that university, the social life is quite different from secondary school, and if you're from junior college like me, we tend to have the safety net of a fixed classroom, of a form classroom. But university, you tend to move between classes quite a lot. And it's quite likely that you don't make friends through your tutorials either, because your tutorials are basically smaller groups whereby you, I guess, learn more about a module. But yeah, it tends to be quite hard to befriend people through lectures or tutorials. And so I feel I would like encourage people to go for orientation, because then it's really like a 4 days where you can really get to know people and hopefully make lasting friendships. And so what do our members do? Like, what do computing club members do for the orientation camps? So they organize the whole camp, and through this they learn critical leadership and project management skills. Moreover, I see like my project directors have a very strong sense of ownership. After all, you're organizing a camp for hundreds of students. And so when you see students happy and satisfied with the camp, you also feel very fulfilled. And I also noticed that my friends that do these roles, they also tend to develop more, in terms of confidence and also, I guess, as a leader. Our next key initiative is REC and FLAG. REC stands for Receive and Giving, whereby different faculties organize full-blown performances to compete with one another. So for REC, you can choose to make floats or make props, as you can see in the picture to your right, or you can make costumes or learn how to dance. And so through this, you can, I guess, you can forge lasting friendships while having fun. Next is FLAG. FLAG is the other photo, which is to your left. And what happens is that you basically raise money for local charities. And through this, you can give back to the community while also, I guess, somewhat having fun. Moving on, we have welfare and sports events that last throughout the year. So for example, we have night cycling, esports night, and also we also had a mini cafe where we gave out matcha and coffee to everybody. So the main goal of such events, of such ad hoc events, is so that we add more vibrancy and fun into the school lives of SoC students and give students the opportunity to mingle with their friends or forge new friendships. So I'll share a bit more about my own personal experience as a leader in a club. So firstly, leading teams. Before this, I was the finance secretary, and now I'm like the president. So I think these are two very different roles that expose me to two very drastically different forms of leadership. As the finance secretary, it was very easy for me to dictate what to do. After all, financial procedures are very black and white, right? However, for president, I can't adopt the same approach because I'm facing my committee members, and I guess I can't really dictate what to do in terms of what ideas or what events they want to implement. So I'll say that I did grow as a leader because I learned how to approach and lead different groups in different contexts. And another aspect of this was that, I guess, for when I was finance secretary, it was more online. Like the leading was more online, and so I was more disconnected. And I think through these two different experiences, I learned how to lead not just strangers. I also learned how to lead friends and learn how to keep friendships separate from quote unquote work. And next, stakeholder management. So for example, for orientation camps, there are a lot of stakeholders involved. There is the freshmen, which is maybe you guys next time. And there's also the orientation group leaders, which are seniors, and also the NUS admin. And there's a lot to grapple between various stakeholders, such as whether should we have a beach day or should we spend more money for catering. And through this, it really trains your logical thinking and how you reason through pros and cons of certain decisions, which I feel is very important and something that you don't really learn through your lectures or through your classes, which teach more technical skills. Through stakeholder management, it could really determine whether your project succeed or fail in the future. And lastly, public speaking. So I got quite a few public speaking experiences through this role, as this is one of them. And another one is, I also gave a speech regarding my club a few times. For this one is a welcome tea, and also for the freshman official welcome. And I think this really helps to develop. I feel like public speaking is really important because I feel as we go into the working world and we have to lead larger and larger teams, it gets more important to know how to inform, persuade, and I guess inspire your team members. And through this abundant experience, I think I've become more comfortable with public speaking, and I think it's just a good soft skill that I learned. And next is making connections, explore interests, and impactful initiatives. So by making connections, I mean the friends that you make. Because as I mentioned earlier, meeting people is not I guess you don't have the once again, the safety net of a fixed form class, right? So, and I feel that friends are really important in university because they provide you the academic and emotional support. I think especially for degrees, for our degrees, since it's more technical. And as you all know, the coursework is pretty hard. So sometimes you do need your friends to, I guess, help you explain things from a different lens, or I guess provide you emotional and maybe mental support at times, because sometimes you do just need that. And next, explore interest. So if I direct your focus to the image on the bottom left, those are 3 of my committee members wearing the merchandise that they have designed. So you can explore interest outside of just coding, outside of just technical projects. You can design your own merchandise, design your own publicity materials, or organize your own events. And lastly, impactful initiatives. I think through my club, like, we get to really carry out initiatives such as orientation projects, which I think is really impactful because like hundreds of friendships are being forged. And yeah, and like, for example, the night cycling, which is the bottom right photo, yeah, like many people were so happy during the events, and they also got to know new people. Oops. Yeah, so to wrap up, I think joining interest groups is really an opportunity to shape the culture of SoC community and leave a meaningful legacy. And while the SoC classrooms do teach you the technical competencies necessary for when you enter the workforce, I think interest groups really teach you more soft skills such as leadership, communication, and I guess you learn how to lead, organize, grow, and connect with others beyond the classroom. So if you'd like to learn more about our club or about computing life in general, you can, I think my club has a booth at the Utown bus stop, but there's also like a MTSH over there that you can go for more computing related questions. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Dongjun. We saw a lot of initiatives that students undertake and so on, right? All of this needs support, and this support comes from Student Life Office. Um, First of all, we support students in their activities by funding the student groups and so on. But also, on top of that, we recognize what they have done. We give out awards for students for various categories. We have a computing day celebration where most of the times we give out these awards for being good leaders, having a service mindset, accomplishing certain things. For example, we have our athletes representing Singapore in SEA Games and so on, and for being involved in all the activities within the School of Computing. The support extends towards 2 things. One is financial, the other one is also towards the well-being. Financial support for various things. Like we said, student group activities is one of the things. We also are responsible for managing some scholarships and bursaries, and we give awards to students to participate in competitions, go to conferences, and so on. All of this is under the Student Life Office. Sometimes when, as Dongjun just mentioned, things get too tight academically, you would probably want to sound out certain things, and this where we have our student support managers. They lend an ear to listen to you so that you can express your feelings and see how you can get better of the situation. If there's a need, of course, our SSMs also refer you to specialists. Apart from all the student activities the students conduct from the Student Life Office, we initiate a lot of workshops for student well-being. For example, how do you make amazing coffee? And how do you drink amazing coffee? We have workshops with canine cafes, as they call it, where we bring various cute pups and get you to play with them. Zumba classes, Zumba workshops, and if you're extremely stressed, we also have a punching bag. Okay, you do all these while you're doing all these things. It's not just only the fun part. You do learn new skills, you make new friends, and so on. We also have our wellness space, which is the pit stop, where there's only one rule: no studying. It's only for fun. You can expect things like arcade games, foosball table, dartboards, or if you just want to just lie down, we have beanbags. And last but not least, we also have our own peer support students who are in SoC, who are students in SoC, who are being trained. They are there to help you out in case you need someone again to talk to. So all in all, Student Life Office takes care of you guys when you are here in SoC in various ways. We give you opportunities to be a part of student group, to develop yourself, to learn beyond the classroom. Okay, so You remember I said we have a quiz in the end. Be attentive. So this is the time for quiz. Please scan this QR code.
Not Tata.
Okay, last few seconds for you to join. All right, let's start. Here's the first question. How many student groups did I introduce you in this talk? You lost count. All right. Let's proceed. Yeah, we have a leaderboard. What's hidden in the title of this talk? We started a talk with SoC++, blah, 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 right? So what's hidden here? Awesome. So we have a huge lead in the leaderboard. Next, please. What's the wellness space in School of Computing called? Excellent. You've been paying attention. What's the name of our mascot? Awesome. Soccer will be happy. Okay, we'll show you two pictures we used in the talk, which is AI generated. Amazing. So we have 3 winners who will take away a plushie. Socket, can you come over? Do we have QJ? A round of applause, please. I'm inviting Dr. Christina, who's my colleague and another assistant dean, to give away the plushies. Who's QJ? Come on, don't be shy, don't be shy. A round of applause, please. Do we have E? Congratulations. Are you long? Congratulations. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to invite all the group leaders on stage. The group leaders. Come on, don't be shy. It's okay. So we are here to take a few questions, depending on how much time we have. If not, you can visit the booths that we have for most of the student interest groups in the MPH. Like Dongjun mentioned, the Comp Club booth is right at the beginning of Utown, near the bus stop.